I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and welcome to the Now, the Spiritual News Show on today, Monday the 21st of May 2012. And so starting off with a weekly reading, this week the angel guides say that this is a very joyful week for us. We've been working so much on releasing, especially this weekend, this last weekend that's gone with the solar eclipse that we're having and the new moon. We have been working through releasing emotional ties to the past and past relationships into the past. And you might have felt and noticed that past relationships have come up, or past situations have come up that you've thought that you've dealt with and let go of. And you just kind of given those reminders because on a very deep level, on a very deep energetic level, there's still been those attachments there. And so this week we'll continue to keep on detaching from those past relationships and stepping into the joy of things. And so keep on working on those detachments of the past relationships. Don't be worried if more of them come up for you, more past relationships come up for you. Just keep on dealing with whatever part of that relationship that comes up for you, what that memory's about, and releasing it. This week is also opening us up to travel, and what the guides are saying about this is it's not so much about travel and being away somewhere, but being in that kind of travel state of mind. And so that means breaking the usual routines, as you would if you were traveling, breaking with the usual routines to allow the magic to come in. So the angel guides are asking us to make space in our lives for the magic to really happen. And the reason that this is happening, so I'll go into the Ascension news at the moment. For this week, we are stepping out of a male kind of logical paradigm and energy, which was very linear and constant, and we've been transitioning into a more feminine kind of a life, which is very flowing, like waveform flowing, and yet we've still been doing it from a very patriarchal male perspective. We've kind of been looking at the flow in a masculine perspective, and what's happening now is we're stepping out of that and more into the flow. And this means that a lot of the kind of logical linear way that we've been looking at life is going to completely change. And so we're moving into that phase now of the ascension process. And so things like the routines that we have need to be disrupted, and you might find that they'll get disrupted if you don't disrupt them yourself and let them go yourself. And so be open to releasing these routines, and because what will happen is much better things will be able to come from that if you release them. And so give yourself space, allow yourself to be open for a lot of magic to happen. Also in Ascension news, we have been releasing these emotional attachments to past relationships on a very deep level. That's going to continue, and this is all part of this emotional balancing stage, from going from females being disempowered in a patriarchy, males being disempowered in a patriarchy, because of course when that control, that logical kind of control, comes from a point of disempowerment. And so both men and women are moving into a state of empowerment now, which allows everyone to get what they really need, instead of using like compensating tactics like control and all sorts of things that have been going on. So there's big changes going on. Some people that are really entrenched in the fear might find this really confronting, as they're losing their grip on control and those things that have, those compensating tactics that have made them feel better about their fear and about themselves. And so be aware that you might need to detach from fear-based people even more if you're being around them, maybe in your work, in your family, people around you. Just detach from them. In other words, don't get involved, just walk away. Keep yourself apart from these people as much as possible. Otherwise you'll find that your energy starts getting mingled up with theirs. And so it's better to put little boundaries around yourself. So you can imagine a crystal wall around yourself. This is a really powerful protection to do. And so you imagine a selenite crystal, which is slightly opaque and white, walls going around you, so you're completely sealed. And you can do this around your house or your business or anything else that you want. And then ask Archangel Michael to protect those walls. And as you're going about, even if you notice fear-based people are having dramas, even if they're right there around you, you can imagine that it's all being deflected away by these walls, and that you're in your energy space is maintained by those walls. And it's a really good way of kind of detaching yourself. And so we're also releasing rigid thoughts, ideas, and releasing this masculine perspective. And so it can be strange to think that maybe if you've thought that you've been in a very kind of feminine or balanced perspective of things, very much in the flow, you might be confronted that on another level that you actually haven't been there, that you've been looking at flow from a masculine perspective. And so it could be a confronting week for people, or coming few months, because this emotional balancing and this masculine-feminine balancing is going to be a theme, a big theme going on in the next couple of months. And so it can be confronting unless you go with the flow. If you go with the flow and open up and release those routines and release whatever's in your way, then it's going to be really easy and really joyful too. And so remember, this week, all about joy. We've got the new moon as well, Sunday, Monday, and so new moon is all about deciding what you want in your life. And angel guides this week really want us to focus on lifestyle, what kind of lifestyle we want. And so not so much about accomplishments or achievements, but how generally do you want to be living? How generally do you want to be spending your time? How do you want to be spending the hours each day? How much do you want to work? How much do you want to play? How much do you want to do other things? Just decide what would be best for your energy. It's really important to be loving and nurturing ourselves based on what we need, not what other people might think that we need, or some kind of an external view of ourselves, what you think people should need, but actually really acknowledge and honor your sensitivities and what you need in order to be fulfilled and be able to actually do what you want to do in your life. And so this can be very varied. Like for someone like me, I need a lot of detachment from outside influence, to work from home and not be around many people at all in order for me to work well and keep my integrity and to be able to work well to help people with my healings and my readings. And so whatever it is that you're doing and however you are best nurtured, and so that you can have good energy to do that, the angel guides are asking you to do that now. And so have a great week, and I'll see you next week.